30-day Fruitarian challenge. And I'm just happy to say that I'm here and excited to share this update with each and one of you. Thank you guys for all the support you've been giving me, this camaraderie, the community aspect of it. That's what truly makes this fun, and I love doing this. I am 𝐟𝐸𝐫𝐞, the Eat Coach, certified detoxification specialist, and if you haven't watched any of my previous episodes, I'm doing this challenge. Number one, to kind of do something community based with each one of you who's, if you wanted to join in, even if you're joining in right now, doesn't matter. The point is that you're doing something and you're focusing on it and you're putting the onus out there for yourself and that accountability aspect. And then number two, to get myself back on track because I had a few months where I kind of fell off track a little bit. I'm usually at 85 to 90% fruitarian, and I've been eating a little bit more cooked food than I usually do. Cooked vegan, of course, but cooked plant based. But kind of fell off a little bit. So I know that if I challenged myself and put that out there and told myself that I was going to get on here and go live every single day, that would help me get back on track. And it's been a really fantastic journey so far. So I want to wait for some people to jump on because I want to actually talk about some books that have truly helped me on my journey, helped me become the natural health and diet specialist that I am today, and helped me build my own personal philosophy, which is the EAT philosophy, which is E standing for energy efficiency, and A for avoiding acid forming foods, and T toxicity. All right, so I want to do that for sure. But just kind of looking at uh, today for me from a dietary standpoint, my bananas aren't ripe, right? I just re-upped, got some new bananas, but they're not ripe yet, so no bananas for me today. And you guys know how much I love my bananas. But I ended up doing some grapes. I had about roughly close to 2 pounds of grapes, and I had about 6 oranges, and I think that's pretty much all I had today. I think I had a few dry mangoes, but for the most part, that's what I had. Zach Howard, what kind of grapes? What kind of grapes? I had red seedless grapes. And they were fantastic. Very, very good. When grapes are on point, I could eat grapes all day. Kind of hard to find great grapes all the time, but so far I've been pretty good. But I want to jump into some of these books because I got a little bit to say about each one of them. Um, Let me start with this one. What makes you ill? Why everything you thought you knew about disease is wrong. Like this is one of the first books that I bought and read after learning about the terrain model, written by Dawn Lester and David Parker. It's more like a reference book. I mean, you see how big this book is, right? But it really talks about all the major sicknesses and diseases and what they truly are. Even though we've been taught there's certain things happening within the body, but this book actually dives into it and really shows you what's really happening to your body. And it was very eye opening for me. I refer to it a lot, specifically when I'm working with people if they're dealing with certain type of ailments or something. This one has just some fantastic information. I actually allude to it in my book coming out, a few things in here as well. So that one, what makes you what makes you ill? Tough to find, but if you find it, this is a gem for sure. All right, so check that one out. Let me know if you guys have seen this in the comment. I've read this in the comments. I'd love to hear because there's not many people that have. So it's a great book, great resource. All right, what's next? Okay, this one I found, man. I love just going to bookstores, random bookstores. I'm just a bookstore person. Like I'm not into the ebooks like the digital books yet or the Kindle and stuff like that, or even audiobooks. I know they have their place. It's just not my thing. I like to feel the book. I like to smell the book. I just love that aspect of it. And bookstores are, man, something that is just nostalgic to me and something I always love. So shout out to all my independent bookstores out there. Peace and love to you guys. But I found this one just randomly. Nature's First Law, the Raw Food Diet. This is written by Arlen, Denny, and Wolf. Stephen Arlen, Faoud Denny, and David Wolf. And this is an interesting book because it really, 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 really We know you don't read books, man. That's a good one. Funny. Um, Nature's First Law, the raw food diet, man. There's some really, really good information in here. And this is like real, this is what I call like a hardcore, raw, natural diet type of book. I mean, they go to the nitty gritty and really dive into like the chemical aspect of why we're supposed to eat raw food, some of the ramifications if we don't, and they take it pretty far back as well. Another one that's difficult to find, but if you can, definitely pick this one up. Nature's First Law. I actually allude to this one in my book as well, so check that out. All right, let's see. Rate my daily diet. Let's see. Sausage, egg and cheese biscuit made from scratch every day, a medium half-pound burger with asparagus for lunch, and a 1 pound medium ribeye with potatoes and something green. What's going on, Ryan? Thank you for jumping on. You want me to rate that? If I'm rating that on a health scale, that would probably, on a scale of 1 to 10, probably be a 1. Um, I mean, it's a lot of cooked food, a lot of meat. Let's see, you got eggs and cheese, biscuits. Yeah, from scratch, which is good from scratch. It's better than, you out there buying it at Bob Evans or, Chili's or something like that. But there's some room for improvement on the health side. I'm sure you're enjoying that meal, though. So good for you. Enjoyment is good in life. I would say if you eat like that on the regular, I would definitely try to implement some more raw whole fruits into your life to add some more hydration because that's a pretty dehydrating diet. Big ups to you. Thank you for sharing that, though. And look, if you ever need any guidance, man, reach out for sure. All right, so the next book I want to talk about is The Contagion Myth. This came out shortly after the pandemic. It's by Thomas Cohen and Sally Fallon Morell. It just talks about viruses. And if you've had ever, look, I tell everybody to question everything. So if you want to question some things, if you know what I'm talking about, this is a good one. This is a very good one. So I would advise you to do that. It's a really good book. One of the biggest takeaways from this book for me was something called energetic resonance. And because a lot of people, look, we've all been conditioned to think that we can spread sickness to other people and whatnot. And if you believe that, there's nothing wrong with that. That's totally fine. It's not necessarily what I believe in. But as far as people getting sick in groups and things of that nature, energetic resonance is a great reasoning why. I mean, if you look at nature, energetic resonance happens all the time, specifically if you look at trees and you look at other animals and things of that nature. So it's definitely a good book to read. I definitely recommend it. Check it out. Got some really interesting stuff in here. All right. Now, yesterday I talked about vitamins, right? I talked about vitamins and because I had a couple questions about vitamins. And if you haven't had a chance, make sure you check that one out. So this next book is going to really correspond with that, and that is Supplements Exposed. All right. It talks about the origin of vitamins, how this is $1 billion industry, and it really breaks down every single vitamin there pretty much is and where they came from, if they're synthetic or natural, and ultimately like if you need it or not. Right. So thought that was a pretty good book. I enjoyed it. Let's see here. Ryan says, I drink a gallon or more of water a day, so 100%. It's very hydrating. Well, dehydrating. Gallon a day, that's good on the water. I got to give you props on that, Ryan. A gallon of water a day, that's really good, right? Yeah, man. Like I said, man, if you add some more of those fruits in there, man, if you're gonna eat like that, make sure that some of your meals are some fruit meals to help balance and get some of that H3O2 in your life. The water is great, definitely, but you definitely want to add some fruit in there too. All right. Big ups, big ups. All right. What's the next book? All right. I haven't read this one yet, but I'm going to share it just in case one of you guys have. Virus Mania. In the same ilk as the Contagion Myth ones, talks about just a bunch of different sicknesses that are out there and kind of like a alternative view of it from more of a terrain perspective. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to read this one yet, but it's waiting for me. Yeah, it's waiting for me. I've heard great things from other people. They've recommended it, and that's why I purchased it. So wanted to share that one. Okay, this is one I'm really excited to share. Heal Thyself. This is from Mariah Manaza, right? She's a big part of the terrain model group on Facebook. I'm a huge fan of hers. She has some great videos on YouTube as well. She actually has a new book that I haven't purchased yet, but I need to get that one too. But this is really great because she actually compares a number of different natural health diets because they're all different. You know what I'm saying? They all have different aspects to them, and kind of let you know how she formulated her own philosophies, like what she follows based on all these different people, why she likes what they're talking about, why not, and whatnot. So she does a great job of comparing on that. So for someone who's a beginner in this is a really, really good one because it gives you a bunch of different perspectives in one book. Right. Oh, and this one, man, this is one of my favorites. Like as far as like just giving credence and onus and acknowledgement to those who've come before me to who helped shape me into who I am today. This book right here, the 80-10-10 Diet, Balancing Your Health, Your Weight, and Your Life, One Luscious Bite at a Time by Dr. Douglas Graham. This is a fantastic book, absolutely fantastic book. If you're trying to understand what food is actually doing to your body and what you actually truly need to eat, this is the one because it really because all you hear about is macronutrients, micronutrients, right? And there's been such an onus on micronutrients, but macronutrients are what truly matter. And this 80-10-10 diet, the way he breaks it down and lets you know what percentage of food you eat should be carbs versus protein and versus fat. It'll really help you shape your diet moving forward. And because he gives you the why, he gives you the what, and he gives you the why, and he gives you the how. And it's really thorough, fantastic book. I love it. I've actually done a video on this book. You should check it out for sure. One of my favorites. I allude to it all the time. I read it multiple times just because there's so much information in it, and it will change your life. If you follow this type of this type of diet, it will change your life. Basically, what I'm doing for this 30 days is right in line with this. I mean, if you look at my chronometer right now, it's right in line with this. Give or take a little bit here or there. Um, so that's the main thing because we've been conditioned to think we need so much protein and we need so much fat when the truth is we need simple carbs, simple carbohydrates, not complex carbohydrates, not your pastas, not your breads, not your wheats. We need the simple carbs, which are your fruits, which are your veggies, right? Which ultimately give your cells the most energy they possibly can with a little bit of fat and a little bit of protein, right? And if you look at mother's milk, you'll see how it correlates pretty close to this, all right? With a little bit added fat in the mother's milk because you're growing, you're building, right? At that moment. But anyways, great book. Definitely check this one out. And final book, which look, shout out to this individual, the Detox Miracle Source book from Dr. Morse, Robert Morse, ND. Man, I can't like Dr. Morse has like done so much for me. I got certified through his International School of Healing Arts. I've learned so much from his videos. I've learned so much from his content from this book. So I just, like I said, mad acknowledgement there. I kind of owe him a lot, you know what I'm saying? But this book itself is just fantastic because it really shows you how raw food and the regeneration of cells and the electricity in foods um, truly have an impact on your life in a positive way. And he breaks down the different nutrients. He has a few different diet ideas in here and whatnot. When it's called the source book, that's exactly what it is. It is a source book. You can look up different things on here in the index and find out information about ailments, about different parts of your body, things of that nature. So just a fantastic book. I've learned so much from it. You know, my philosophy is built out of a lot off of a lot of things inside this book. People don't realize that food has energy, and we are energetic beings. And by eating the most electromagnetic foods, we're giving our body the biggest surplus of energy. And when your body has a huge surplus of energy, it is able to heal, it is able to regenerate. So things like that we associate with aging and getting old and just you know, genetics, things of that nature can actually be reversed and actually don't have to be the narrative for you if you don't want to. The more energy that you consume and you have, the more your body can regenerate tissue, regenerate cells, and ultimately keep you as young as possible, right? So, this is amazing book. If you've never checked it out, definitely check it out. And I'd be remiss if I didn't finish off this live with you guys by sharing my book that we'll be releasing soon, Detox Yourself, right? Which is a mixture of the when I talk about detoxing, I should say, let me rephrase it. When I talk about detoxing, people think from a physical standpoint, this is mind, body, and soul detoxing because it's all encompassing, right? You need to detox physically, you need to detox emotionally, but it starts mentally. And a big part of it is spiritually. So that's what this book truly touches on. It will be releasing the beginning of 2026. I'm in the process of putting all that together. But anyways, there should be a link in the description where you can actually get on the wait list to get information about that and whatnot. But that's about it. That's day 14. If you guys have any questions or any comments, please leave them in the comment section. Like I said, I'll be up online, going live every day of this 30-day Fruitarian challenge. And shout out to everybody who's doing their own challenge or being a part of this because I truly do appreciate it. It's been fun. And I'll continue to do it. I'm gonna do these more often. I know that for sure. This has been fun. Hearing everybody's feedback, questions, where they're at. You know, I had somebody that's giving up coffee, had another person that's eating nothing but grapes, had another person that is doing the Fruitarian challenge. Somebody's giving up meat, somebody's giving up bread and cheese. So whatever it is, whatever step you're taking towards health, that's what we're celebrating on here. All right. So you guys enjoy your Monday night. I'm out of here. All right. Peace, love, and light.